wonderful reception for our fabulous candidate, Jill Stein and Ajamu Baraka. All right, thank you so much. My name is Nancy Wade. I'm the chairperson of the Green Party of Chicago. The Green Party of Chicago is the host of this event. Thank you. So I know that we have people from a lot of different organizations, and I would love to do like a roll call of organizations, but we don't have time, and I'm really sorry. So instead, we're going to do something that I hope will be a little crazy and maybe a little bit fun, and that is, on my count of 3, we are all going to yell out the name of the organization that we do the most volunteer time with. Okay? So think about that one that you do the most volunteer time with, that you're up at midnight doing volunteer time with. And then we're gonna yell it out, okay? 1, 2, 3. Green Party of Chicago! All right. Fantastic, wonderful. So the first folks that I would like you to meet are Zerlina Smith and Jeffrey Cubbage, and they are going to introduce themselves and tell you how you can help out. Come on up.
There we go.
Hi, thank you everyone for coming out. I'm Zerlina Smith. I'm the Illinois State Regional Coordinator for the Jill Stein campaign. And this is Chair Smith, my daughter. Now, you all know me, so I'm going to ask one question. Is this what democracy looks like? One more time, you're kind of low. Is this what democracy looks like? Come on. I'm not just here because I am working for the campaign. I started off volunteering. Why I support and give my full endorsement as a black advocate for everything that is unjust in the state of Illinois and in the city of Chicago is because the Green Party for peers is what I fight for, what I go out and have endless nights of sleep. If you look outside your door, is it the vision of what you want it to be? Is it? Are you tired of the Democratic machine that has led Chicago into bankruptcy? Are you tired of the Republican who has not had a budget for the state of Illinois in how many years? Because we're going to say how many years, because I believe we're going to go into another year without a budget. So if you're tired of the same old system, the same rich promising what they're going to do for us when they get into office, when they can do it now, because they are politically connected and already highly funded, vote green and support Jill Stein.
Yes. Thank you. I'm going to turn this mic stand all the way up, and I'm still going to have to bend over a little, but that's all right. Good evening. My name is Jeffrey Cubbage. I am the volunteer coordinator for your Illinois Green Party. Now take a look around the room. Thank you. If you take a look around the room, this is the campaign. Dr. Stein does not take corporate donations. Dr. Stein does not run on a pool of dirty money. We are not hiring six-figure consultants. We are not hiring paid canvassers. You are the campaign. And that means I desperately need your help from now through November. If you are interested in getting involved for Jill Stein and the Green Party in the state of Illinois, I want you all to go to our website, ilgp.org/volunteer. Fill out the form there. Tell us how you want to get involved. I will be on the phone with you the next day, giving you tasks to do, getting the vote out for Jill Stein. Thank you so much, and let's have a huge round of applause for our wonderful bill of speakers here tonight.
ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay. How are y'all doing tonight? All right, my name is Sarah Chambers. I'm a member of the Chicago Teachers Union and also a teacher. So let me start. Woo!
Hi, my name is Tammy Vinson. I'm also a teacher and a member of the CTU Black Caucus.
So we are here to tell you today that teachers love Jill Stein. Here's why we love Jill Stein. She supports public schools. She supports our unions. Democrats and Republicans, are they supporting the public schools right now? No. They are seeing our students as dollar signs. They are selling off our schools and changing them into charter schools. What do y'all think about that? And we know with Jill Stein as president, she will end privatization of our schools, she will stop the school closures, and she will give our students the schools they really deserve. In our school, our students deserve fully funded schools. They deserve to have a nurse more than 1 day a week. They deserve to have class sizes of 20, not 50. Right now, we have kindergartners sitting in a class with 50 students. How horrifying is that? They deserve to be in safe schools, safe environments, where the walls aren't crumbling around them, where they can drink the water without being worried about being poisoned by the water. And we know that Jill Stein, she'll fight for fully funding. And we know she'll fight for it because she's going after Wall Street and the bankers and putting the money back in public schools. You might have heard on the news yesterday, we know that Jill Stein will support us, teachers, if we are striking. Is that right? We know she'll be marching alongside with us because she's fighting for workers' rights and contract demands that we're fighting for, such as reducing high-stakes testing. Who here? Woo! Boo at high-stakes testing. Who here, when you were 8 years old, who here had 15 to 19 tests when you were 8 years old a year? No. We didn't have it. We had about one, right? Now they have 15 to 19 tests. We have our students running out of the buildings crying, pulling out their eyelashes, my students with disabilities. And we know that Jill Stein's going to fight and end these high-stakes testing. And we need a party that will fight for workers' rights, for teachers' rights, because teachers and lunch ladies should not be public enemy number one, and we know that Jill Stein has our back. So let's end with a chant, you all. When they say cut back, we say fight back. Cut back, fight back. Cut back. Fight back. Thank you.
Buenas tardes. Good afternoon. My name is Veracity. I am an immigrant and teacher, community activist from Pilsen. That's an iconic immigrant working class community in Chicago. Chicago is a working class town. Unfortunately, as many of you know, our government is kidnapped by corporate interests. 16 years ago, I was forced to leave my own community. I was forced to come to this country because of neoliberalism, because of casino capitalism, and bad, free trade that only benefit corporations, and destroys community and people that we have to come as immigrants to work in communities that are not ours. So 16 years ago, when I came to this country, I had to start again. I went to school, became a teacher. I became part of this beautiful community, Pilsen. And then all of a sudden I realized that our own community was under attack, our families were being displaced, by big developers, or schools were being privatized. The charter schools were being expanded. Our public education was under attack. So we joined our brothers and sisters from CTU and took on the fight for public education. So we fought against Rahm Emanuel and his corporate buddies. We fought them. We were able to keep the schools open in our communities, but 50 schools closed. 50 schools in the more impoverished communities, immigrants, brown and black communities that suffer the consequences. Today, we made a decision to fuel the movement of the people, a movement that empowers people and empowers the regular residents. We formed the 25th Ward IPO. So 2 years ago, we continued with this fight, and we challenged an incumbent entrenched alderman that has been in office for 20 years. We were 70 votes short to take this guy out of office. We were outspent 30-1, and like many Democrats and Republicans, they were laughing at us, but they were not laughing that much when they saw the results. So I tell you today that we need to take big money out of politics, and we need to bring people into politics to make a change. Because housing is a human right, healthcare and education should not be luxuries. We should not be boarding our youth. We should not be boarding our young people with student debt, and we should not be pushing for a TPP or all these trades that are only going to be benefit corporations. So today, and I'm always curious, in the communities with Democrats, and some of my friends tell me, and they have these hashtags, I'm with her. And just a few months ago, we just talking about how Clinton, how Trump were such bad candidates for our communities. So when the hashtags start appearing, I'm with her, I'm starting to wonder, then what's the problem? How is it possible that we just change from day to night like nothing? So we gotta continue supporting. How can we not support a platform that represents 99% what Bernie Sanders was standing for? I think that we're here today with Jill Stein and the Green Party because they represent the people. And that's what we should be talking about. This is not a movement of people, of individuals. This is about social movements. This is about the people. And that's what Jill Stein represents. And I don't have my glasses, but I'm almost up, I'm sure. But I would think that we should continue fueling this movement. We should continue taking the streets, and that's what the 25th Ward IPO, and we commit to continue to talk about issues and fuel this movement of the people, for the people, to defeat corporate interests, to defeat corporate and Democrats, because you know what? They love Trump. They love him, because next to Trump, they look like heroes. But next to us, they look like the cowards they are. So today, we stand with this time, and we stand with the people. Thank you very much. Sí se puede.
My name's Sam Pfeiffer, and I'm a member of the International Socialist Organization. I'm also a student at DePaul University, where despite receiving generous scholarship as well as grant funding, I have to take out student loans in order to graduate and receive my degree. This is an increasing problem for millions of young people today. 39 million people hold an average of $25,000 in student debt. This is a significant uptick from just a decade ago when only 23 million held an average of $15,000 in student debt. Only 39% of these students are impacting their student debt balance at all. Many of them are graduating either into unemployment or into low-wage and minimum wage jobs, which is completely insufficient for sustaining oneself or to help one's family, let alone to pay off tens of thousands of dollars of debt. This is only feeding into a student debt bubble, and that bubble is going to burst just like the crisis in 2008 and further plunge young people into economic misery. The establishment doesn't have any sort of answer to these questions. I mean, the Democrats and the Republicans, they barely even recognize that there's a problem. I remember in this election cycle, Hillary Clinton has said that she would be willing to forgive student debt for entrepreneurs. I say that's bullshit. Jill Stein is the only candidate in this election who's willing to abolish student debt and make universities tuition-free. But in addition to supporting the Greens in this election, it's necessary that we build student movements and social movements that are willing and able to fight and march and win in these battles, because education is a human right. I'm fighting for a world in which the rights of people take precedence over the rights of profit, which is why, with my first vote in this presidential election, I will be voting for Jill Stein and supporting the Greens and continuing to build the movement.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm glad that we managed to really fill out this first floor of this. I'm very impressed with you guys. Thank you for coming out today. Real quick, my name is Jorge Garcia. I'm a student. I'm a college student over at UIC. I have a lot of the same sentiments about student debt. I absolutely believe and fall in suit with this guy about, trying to better yourself. It's honestly all that we can do to try and better ourselves, to become more productive members of our society. Furthermore, I'm also an organizer. I do a lot of grassroots organizing as well as community organizing. So I know what it's like to go out and volunteer, to go door knocking or phone banking, and I know what it's like to put the time in. Furthermore, I'm also a concerned citizen. All right, I'm worried about the well-being of my community. What's going to happen when another public school closes and the kids in my community have to walk another mile to a different dangerous neighborhood in order to get some subpar education? I'm worried about my neighbors. What happens in a few years when we have all these people who are uneducated by no fault of their own, running rampant and just trying to survive? It's not going to be a pretty scene. We've already seen remnants of that in the further south sides and a lot of the west side, and it doesn't look great. I'm also concerned about us as a global citizen. If we have, one of the two main party candidates go on to become president, that could spell terrible, horrific things for people on the other side of the world. And the fact of the matter is that with a candidate like Jill Stein, she doesn't just view these people as numbers, as body counts, as another hungry person, as another million hungry people, another million uneducated people. She was out there today, and I'm sorry, getting off task a little bit. So the reason I'm here is because I'm tired of the status quo. All right, I'm tired of this two-party system and politics as usual. I'm also tired of this endless war. Why have we been in war for so long since this country's been started? The next reason I came out today was because I want another option. I'm tired of these endless wars. I'm tired of having to pick the lesser of two evils, all right? I also want the structure to change, all right? This two-party system cannot keep going. It can't keep going. It's not in our best interest, and it's not gonna help us sustain and especially not grow, all right? As I'm here today, I see a community that wants change. I can't help but note, I see a lot of different colors here, all right, and that's really beautiful to me. I really appreciate that. I see brown people, browner people. I see, it's a lot of white people. That's great. I see so much brotherhood and unity here. A very eclectic group, all right. I see people who are engaged. I know that you people are ready to be mobilized. I know we have a lot of a lot of active organizers in this group, and it makes me very proud to stand amongst you guys and in front of you guys. All right, this brings me to my third point. why I support Jill. All right? She has a sustainability-based mindset. She cares about climate change. We need to stop this descent that's global climate change has put us on. Sustainability is no longer an option. We need restoration. I'm sorry. Furthermore, she doesn't take lobbyists or corporate money. She won't be bought, and she's looking to fix things from the bottom up. All right. We took a walk through Austin. She talked to all the residents she could. She heard them out. She heard what they had to say, and what they had to say was important to her. She took an interest in public education when we stopped by the building. She's concerned that we have these things going on. And she also wants to fix infrastructure problems like the pipeline, like I'm sure the water system, the problems in Detroit. Thank you very much, and have a good evening, everyone.
Good evening. My name is Lamar McCord, community organizing activist. For one, give yourself a round of applause for being here today. Give Jill a round of applause. This one? Is it this one? Okay. I can't say this. Jill, we see the leadership, we see the dedication, we see the passion in your heart to fight for the people in the city of Chicago, the state of Illinois, and across the United States of America. We see it in you. 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 But I will say this. If we lie to the government, that's a felony. But if the government lied to us, that's politics. That's not right. Do y'all hear me? That's not right. So what we need is leadership in this country. We need leadership across this nation. That is what's missing in our communities. As people, not only as African Americans, but as human beings. When we don't ask questions, when we don't comment on things, we blindly accept what happens in our society. We blindly accept it because we are scared to talk to our people. It is time for us to come together collectively and fight this broken political system. We need to fight it. And it is our job to do so. We cannot sit around and allow the politicians to run over our kids, our lives, and our homes. We cannot let politicians or police officers take charge in our city. We don't need no politicians that would not speak for the people. We do not need any politicians that does not speak for the citizens. We have a voice. We have a right. We are free. If this is a free country, it is time for us to be free. Let's free ourselves from the chains, the handcuffs of the government. Let's lead ourselves to the promised land. That is what it's time for. But I will say this. I don't believe in the American flag. I believe in the green flag. Do y'all hear me? I am honored for being here. Thank you so much for having me. Vote for Jill, 2016 Green Party. Let's go.
Testing. Hi, my name is Karen Roton. I'm a local candidate for the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago Commissioner.
Okay, go ahead, George.
This is Christopher Anthony, one of my running mates, George Milkowski. We also have Mike Smith on our ticket. If you've never heard of the MWRD, I can assure you that if you flushed a toilet in the greater Chicago area, you have helped the MWRD. They are responsible for processing our wastewater, everything that goes down the sewer or down the drain. It is a very large, very powerful bureaucracy, I'll just say that. This is my third time running. George is coming on the ticket for a second time. And one of the things we've done, and Christopher Anthony, who's new to the ticket, one of the things we do is we go to the board meetings and we watch them do, I'm sorry, this one, better? Okay. Well, one of the things we do is we go to the MWRD and we look at their board meetings, we see what they're doing. So I'm going to tell you a few of the things we've seen. One of the things we've seen is that they are now offering biosolids, and if anyone doesn't know what that means, that is treated sewage sludge, to community gardens and schools in the greater Chicago area. They have some test results incomplete. They claim these are perfectly safe, and they claim they are perfectly safe for children. How do you feel about that? How would you feel if you were at a community garden and you saw 80 cubic yards of this material and you saw kids playing in it and then standing in line for food without washing their hands and eating? Because I've seen that on the south side of Chicago. Thank you. I don't know how much else I can tell you in my time allotted. I'm going to ask everybody here, if you are a voter in this race, look for us on the ticket. We are way at the bottom, right ahead of the judges. George, do you have anything you want to say?
Just wanted to introduce myself. I am George Milkowski. I'm a retired Chicago Public Schools teacher. I'm still an active member in the Chicago Teachers Union. I've been a member of that since 1971, and I'll be a member of that until I die. Thank you.
All right, well, good evening. My name is Christopher Anthony. I'm the 25th Ward Committeeman, and I'm also running for the MWRD Commissioner 2-year term. Let me tell you something. You people being out here tonight, being a part of this movement means a lot, because that's why I wanted to get involved. That's why I wanted to join, because I wanted to step up and do something, not just talk about it. And so when we look for your support coming in November, we want you guys to know that we are speaking for you. And let me tell you something. This is the truth right here. These guys are bringing the truth. This lady's bringing the truth. And on November, you need to show them where the truth is. Stand up and take the respect. Respect for yourself, respect fiscally for the government, and also environmentally. And I hope to get you guys out. Thank you.
So we do want you to know that there's a number of places in Illinois that you can vote green in this coming election in November. So these are the, as they said, Metropolitan Water Reclamation District candidates. That's a mouthful. Just when you go to vote for the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, look for green after the name, okay? All right. And we have another speaker before more of our candidates come up.
Good afternoon, family. Good afternoon, family. It's a beautiful, beautiful evening that we are able to congregate on such an important issue that we must be sick and tired. I got a question. I know I am. Who's sick and tired of being sick and tired of where they have to go to the doctor, get referrals, send their school students, to even take a day off as a teacher, to even have a topic for discussion for us to strike, and our future are dying every day? I am here to tell you guys, if you have any doubt, and if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, let's do not create insanity. Everybody knows what insanity is. Let's say it all at one time. Doing the same thing, expecting the different results. If we're not gonna do the same thing to get different results, then I need to turn my back to you for a second and look at who needs to be in leadership, who needs to be strong and make sure that when there's decisions that is being made on the safety of our country and our children. My son is 18 and he's going to the Air Force, and I'm gonna let him go. He's gonna test and he wants to do that. And the reason why I'm gonna do that is because I know that there's leadership. Jill and the team is going to provide that my son and our borders are going to be safe, protected, and our young kids are going to get educated to be informed, and not misinformed, but informed about how to make the Green Party stronger as ever. We must. Green is a powerful color. My name is Amina. Amina means trustworthy and patient. I got the trustworthy. 2 thumbs up. Patience is a halfway because I am afraid to allow my family members to take advantage of a vibrant city such as Chicago because of the violence, to allow my children to travel with their passports because of the violence. I know under the leadership of the Green Party, we're going to be able to live for real, for real. Can we real talk, family? We can real talk, right, family? For real, we can live safe. No matter color, no matter creed, no matter what sexual orientation, it does not matter as long as we live productively and members and keep God first in everything. And remember, Jill Stein, the Green Party, 2016. Let's go. Serious monuments. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
That's hard to follow. My name is Tim Curtin. I am the Green Party candidate for State Comptroller. Most of you have no idea what the comptroller is supposed to do. It's not a problem. They don't do their job anyway. What they're supposed to do is to look after the people's money. The problem is we've got the two-party system has a stranglehold on what's going on with the people's money. We've got 3 kinds of people in Springfield. We've got the conservatives that are represented by Governor Bruce Rauner. Thank you. We've got the moderates who decided to cut education and social services because they thought it was politically necessary. And then we have the liberals who are actually sorry that they cut the budget and that we're 50th in the country. We're actually 50th in education. It's an outrage, and they cut social services, but the liberals are sorry. So what's wrong with this picture? Everything, exactly. Now, I spent the last 37 years being a union organizer. And I learned a fundamental truth. And the truth is this, and you can take this one to the bank. The less you're organized, the more you will be exploited. That's for sure. 8 years ago, when our union helped take over Republic Windows and Door, it's because the company and Chase and Bank of America were screwing our members. So we took it over and we occupied it for 6 days, and we won. So what I'm trying to tell you is this. We have to once again build a movement. We should not stop on November 8th. We absolutely need millions of votes for the ticket. So Jill, but it's not enough. After November 8th, I call on everybody that's here to join the Green Party. We have to rebuild rank and file democracy in our state because we have none. So hopefully you'll help us, and on November 9th, We're going to be stronger, and we're going to build democracy from the bottom up. Thank you very much.